Hello everybody, thanks for joining us today. We have a very special presentation for you. Bob, our vineyard manager, is actually going to give us an entire tour and update of the grapes. He'll give you little tidbits about what they're going to do, and what else are you going to kind of talk about?
Whatever comes to mind, you know, what sort of things I'm looking for in the vineyard. It's kind of what I do almost on a daily basis is doing a scouting trip through the vineyard, see what is happening with the grapevines. Are they blooming right now? Checking out for diseases. So come on and have a look with me.
Let's go check it out.
Here we are in Louis Swenson right now. This is a variety that was bred by Elmer Swenson. He didn't name it, someone else named it after his wife Louise. Right now we're in the thick of bloom here. You can see that we'll sacrifice these for education. We got a cluster that's blooming right now, and you can see the little anthers with the pollen sacs open up. That's how you know it's open. Here you got the tight little buds that have yet to open up on a flower cluster. Now, wines you might recognize from Louis Swenson that we were making or have made in the past are the 44 White. That is a club exclusive that was just released a short while ago. This has also been on our Glacier Fumé, Glacier Whites, and various other white blends. All right, let's go check out some Petite Pearl this time. All right, we're in the Petite Pearl right now. You can see that Petite Pearl is a little bit behind. It is one of our last budding varieties. That's actually one of the things we really like about it. Because it sticks its head out pretty late, so to speak, it rarely gets hit by frost. We've had maybe one frost incident in the vineyard with us, which is great. More grapes for wine if you don't get them hit by frost. As you can see, our Petite is just starting to bloom right now, and I bet you all know the wines from this one because they almost all are just called Petite Pearl, maybe Cuvée. Maybe we're going to look at doing a rosé with it this year. Let's go check out, how about the wild next? Welcome to the jungle. Here we are in the wild. As you can see, they're aptly named. Well, they're not really named that, they're just wild grapes. A lot of these grapes were used for breeding. A lot of the varieties we grow out in the vineyard, their botanical name is called Vitis riparia. That translates to river grape. As you can see, these guys bloomed already. You got some little berries starting to form here on the clusters. We're going to have to come through here and get these vines up and expose these grapes to sunlight and maybe thin them out a bit. They really do like growing a lot. All right, let's go check out our La Crescent next. Welcome to the La Crescent. This is actually my favorite variety. Maybe not necessarily to grow, but I don't mind it in the vineyard, but it does make my favorite wine. This one was bred by the University of Minnesota. It's got a good deal of vigor, but it's worth tackling it in order to get that La Crescent or the Moscato. It's also a secret ingredient in the bubbler. All right. Let's go check out some deer damage in the Petite Pearl. We got some on some high wire. I just want to show you what some of the animals that can get in here and do some damage do. All right, we're back in some Petite Pearl, and the reason why we're back in a variety we've seen already was I wanted to show you what the deer can do here. Now, these are some young ones that we're training up to a high wire here. You notice the other ones were down low here. Now, this is going to be one of the benefits of having them on high wire. Occasionally, we do get deer coming in here. We do have a fence around the perimeter to keep them out, but they're stubborn and they can jump. So what they like doing, especially at this time of year, is they love coming through and chewing off of the green growth here. Now, this isn't going to be a problem anymore because we don't want that. That's a sucker when it's down here. We want all the growth up here, and they're going to have a hard time reaching that. So that's why we're one of the many reasons we're starting to put stuff up on high wire. As you can see here, this guy is blooming as well. I can show you, it's called cap fall. And what's happening right now is, you know how a flower naturally opens like this on the top? Now, it's reversed with grapes. They open from the bottom, and then the petals fall off. And I don't know if you can see that there, but there's a little cap. Looks like a little bonnet, and that falls off, exposes the flower. You get bloom and pollination. Let's go check out our Frontenac next. All right, here we are in the Frontenac. This is a variety also bred by the University of Minnesota. we're just at the end of bloom here, and we're at fruit set. This is a variety you might recognize. It's 1/2 of F squared. It's the almost complete main component of Drink Pink. It's also in our Tundra Red. It's a real workhorse out in the vineyard and in the winery. It goes into a lot of wines and it kicks out a lot of grapes in the vineyard. All right, let's go check out the other half of F squared, Marichal Foch. All right, welcome to the other half of F squared. This is Marichal Foch. This is the old timer in the vineyard. Well, and age-wise, it was bred about 100 years ago, and it's named after a French general. And as I said before, it goes into half of our F squared. You've seen it in Glacier Red in the past, and I'm not just damaging the vine here. This is just second nature for me. This is called leaf pulling, and this is what we do around fruit set. And we want to expose the grapes to the sunlight. There's no such thing as too much sunlight in the vineyard. The more sunlight, the better. There is such a thing as too much rain, and we've been getting enough. It could probably hold off now, because the thing about grapes is if you just keep watering them, they just keep growing, and that's going to be trouble for us, because we're going to have to try and keep that vegetative growth under control to make sure that the vines are concentrating on the grapes.
Thank you everybody for joining us on this tour of the vineyard. Now we're going to have to check again in a couple weeks or maybe a month or two, because the progress of a vineyard is so fast and so much does change so quickly. So stay tuned, come back and watch our next tour of the vineyard with Bob. Thank you, Bob, for showing us around.
No problem. See you next time.
We'll see you.